Hi, my name is Spencer Goodman, and today I want to share with you on the topic of equal opportunity in education from the high school transition into college with an emphasis on low-income students. I would like to share with you my story that inspired me to take on this topic. It was not from my field learning experience, but from my job as a high school JV soccer coach at North Brunswick High School this past fall. One of my freshman players, Gabe, and I were chatting one day after practice about college. He was curious about the steps I took to prepare myself as a college athlete, and at the end of our conversation, I was sad to hear Gabe admit that he had no intentions of going to college. Gabe lives in a mobile home park outside of Leland and does not seem to come from much wealth. However, he is one of the more outgoing and positive players on my team. The fact that a high school freshman had already accepted he had no chance of going to college always crept in the back of my mind and bothered me. I'm glad the speech gave me the opportunity to bring some light to this issue. As we read in Chapter 3 in our textbook, equal opportunity is based off an idea that an unequal society where students compete for the chance of getting into college. Some make it to large amounts of wealth, while others fall and make up the bottom of our economy and everywhere else in between. Referring back to Model 3.1 in our textbook, the Common School Model, will give you a better idea of how the school system works. If you remember back to Horace Mann's vision of school, he was an advocate for an education system that would allow everyone to compete on a level playing field, and that is also something I am very fond of. With that being said, only 54% of low-income students go to college, with only 16% graduating. The majority of these kids, like Gabe, do not have funds for college, but have qualities that can flourish in the college setting. We have to find a better solution for these students who aspire to work more than blue-collar jobs or minimum wage. Opportunity requires a handful of components. There has to be an initiative, a will to do something, and most importantly, a platform has to be provided for someone to act on their ambitions. A quote from Brown versus Board really spoke to me, and quote, "In these days, it is doubtful that any child may reasonably be expected to succeed in life if he is denied the opportunity of an education," end quote. I believe in this day and age, a high school diploma is just not adequate enough for our younger children to succeed. The platform for low-income students starts at community college. There is a big issue, however. Students are usually required to take standardized placement tests that end up having them placed in remedial courses. Around 70% of these low-income students ending up having to take these courses, and a study conducted fewer than 1 in 10 of these students placed in these classes ended up not graduating community college. This is a harsh process because the remedials do not count as college credit towards a degree. This is seen as a huge setback in the progress for these young adults. What could be the answer to helping these students? Doing away with remedials and standardized placement tests? Possibly. I think the answer is in teamwork and communication with high school and community college faculty with the students, along with working with the community college system itself. Taking the necessary steps to make sure there's remedial courses won't have to be taken by the students. Free community college can be described more precisely by high schools inviting college counselors and advisors to talk with these kids about more viable and affordable options for the kids. With this kind of quality communication, these low-income students will find that their first 2 years will have more of a purpose besides dealing with remedials and mostly losing interest in college. I think the path is clear for the student. He or she will be able to work positively towards a degree and better themselves to rise out of poverty one day.